This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.
One championship back again at it. 166 Qatar, and Anatoly Malykhin makes history. Let's go straight into it. Renier, Derrida, RDR, the Dutch Knight, who's been pretty much unstoppable until he met Mr. Anatoly Malykhin. Yes. So the last time they fought, Malykhin took his lightweight championship. So this was for all of the quote-unquote marbles. And let me say, RDR started off very well, using a stiff push kick up to the middle, like a teep style, keeping the distance. First round definitely went to RDR. He looked a lot bigger. Size-wise, it looked like it was almost two different weight classes in there of sorts. Chatri was saying that he's cut 25 kilos of muscles to get down here. Well, 25 kilos, that would be including fat and muscle, but that is a huge feat. RDR was throwing him around. He was showing the strength, had him up in the clinch and stuff. Second round came, and Anatoly was just, actually, first part, he was still pretty much controlling the distance and stuff. And I was thinking, this is going to be interesting. Can Anatoly keep up this pace? Can Renier at his natural weight, quote unquote, continue to put it on him? And by like half of round two, the tables turned. Now, a heavyweight, which he is the champion of, that's 265 pounds. Light heavyweight, within one, is 225 pounds. He was fighting RDR at middleweight, which is 205 pounds. I mean, he wasn't the biggest heavyweight to begin with, so I don't think he was coming in at 265. He's probably like 245 maybe, or something like that. But this is a lot of weight to cut, man. And he did it, man. He absolutely did the thing. Round three, takedown attempt, I think it was. And Malykhin was basically going anti-clockwise because RDR was trying to lock him up so we could have a grappling exchange. And Anatoly was like, no, we ain't doing that. I'm striking. I'm looking for a knockout. And he was very carefully trying to rain blows on his head. RDR very smartly was tucking his head in. Rest is history. He managed to hit him with a nice couple knee. I think it was two knees. And I think he followed it up with maybe a few strikes. Then disengaged. And let me say, Herb Dean, the latter part of 2023, 2024, he's been doing an excellent job. Specifically, I'm going to say within one championship. Congratulations, Herb Dean. You are doing the thing, constantly on the task of keeping this action going. Yeah. So he's saying to RDR, get up. Come on. If you don't get up, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop it. And RDR just looked like he was done. Couldn't get back to his feet. He rolled over to his knees, I believe, and he just couldn't make it. He could not make it to his feet. So history is made. Heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight champion of the world. They couldn't even get all the belts on him, man. They couldn't even get all of those huge one championship belts around the champ. Congratulations, man. Dreams do come true. I really thought RDR had this, especially after the performance. I knew it was going to be a tough one. After that first round, I did think if he can keep this up, he should tire out Malykhin, which I will say and had. Between each round, he didn't take the seat, didn't take the stool even. He wasn't breathing heavy at all. Whereas on the other hand, RDR took the seat. You could see he was, those punches. I mean, he got him just before that finishing sequence. It's just sprung to mind. He got him with a body shot that really hurt him. I think that was in the second round. May have been in the third round. But what a performance from both gentlemen. And the post-fight post-fight speech was entertaining. He was very humble, thankful for the opportunity and for the win, and for RDR stepping up, because press conference, he was saying, "Look, you just jiu-jitsu, man. I knock people out, and I'm well-rounded." But then he was saying, "Look, RDR, he's a champion, man. He's number one. He was coming with some Muay Thai elbows. The kickboxing was on point. He's a lot better than, in essence, he was in our first match. So congratulations to RDR. He did his thing. Stay away from the grappling storms. Get back in there. He didn't take that much damage per se. Take 3-4 months off. Get back in there, and you can potentially shore up some of them holes. 2, possibly 3 victories. Actually, no. 1 to 2 victories, and we should run this back, because Anatoly, he's going to put that weight back on. He's talking about chocolate cakes, putting that weight back on, celebrating, having a bit of a break. And then where do we go? Do we defend the heavyweight strap? Do we defend the light heavyweight strap? I would say that's more realistic versus him staying at the welterweight and trying to run that one back immediately. We move on to Tawanchai taking on Tonley, interim champ. Everybody was expecting fireworks for this one. First round was very, very disappointed. And it was explained quite well, I would say, by Chatri saying, look, the first fight was a banger. Both of them knew what each other brought and were very tentative, and it showed. Yellow cards are coming out. Herb Dean, again, congratulations. Give Herb Dean a round of applause. He was pulling out damn cards like it's bubble gum. Like, you have a yellow card. You're moving back too much. Forget all of that business. You are paid to fight, not to evade and try and eke out a damn decision. We're looking for knockouts. One's got the highest knockout rate or finish rates at 70%. I'm sure. So the Herbster himself is like, let's maintain that. Come on, you're getting paid. Let's do this. We're here to fight. Let's do the things. So he's putting out cards. 1 card for Tonley, 1 card for Tawanchai. I think, was there another card pulled out as well? It was silly, but the finishing sequence was good. Tawanchai nailed Tonley, which he should have been chopping up them legs, man. It was mainly a boxing match. I'm disappointed with both combatants. Disappointed. I understand, but after being shown a yellow card, man, you've got to pull it out, man, and start doing something. Obviously, the belt's on the line, so I understand. I've never stepped into a squared circle, cage, or ring in my in sportswear, pretty much naked to fight someone, so I can't necessarily but it was disappointing. Yeah, let's see where the featherweight division moves on from there. Jared Brooks, the Monkey God, took on Joshua Pacio, the Passion, and within 1 minute odds, he got in real close. I think did he take a leg kick or something like that? Got in real close, attempted to take the back, tied the legs up real nicely, wasn't able to fully take the back, was in back position, lifted him up for belly to back, and unfortunately spiked him directly on his head, followed up with about 3 or 4 punches, and then ran around like he had won. Now, I didn't actually see it until the replay. I thought he had hit him, that he had landed on his shoulder. But upon the replay, he indeed landed on his head. He was protesting. I think it would have been nice to actually see a little bit more of the exchange with Mr. Herb. I don't think any profanity was used, but obviously they don't. Yeah, it would have been nice to have seen that. So we have a new champion via disqualification. Very much unlucky. They need to run that one back again. They need a trilogy as soon as possible. Trustfully, Joshua Pacio is well. They said Chatri said he had a sprain to his neck or something like that. I'm sure he was stretched out, etc. Precautionary measures, overnight stay, etc., etc. So congratulations. I'm sure he did not want to win the belt in this fashion, just like Aljo won the belt via disqualification and then had the rematch and came out whopping. We didn't get to see much of if Joshua Joshua Pacio, get my damn teeth back in, had made any improvements. It went so quickly. Based upon what we saw, Jared Brooks was going to do the thizzle wiggle and retain his belt, run it back soon as possible, 3 a game, 4 months, and let's see what it do for the part 3. Here's one of the most disappointing performances I've ever seen, and the first time in one championship's history that a fighter was disqualified for timidness. Arjan Bhullar, what on earth was you thinking? He looked to be in very much good shape, but he did do nothing. He didn't do anything. No kicks, no takedowns. No, actually, I think he tried for a couple towards the end. It was pathetic. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not a professional fighter, but I don't know what kind of mindset he was thinking after receiving so many damn yellow cards. And then after every round, Herb was like, listen, I don't want to give you this red card, you know. You're here to fight, Arjun. What are you doing? You're letting yourself down, you're letting your team down, you're letting promotion down, and most importantly, you're letting down the continent which you represent. Get it sorted. The commentary team were like, what's going on? What's he doing? Is he gonna pull it out the bag? What will he need to do? Because the bout is scored on its entirety, and based upon what Amir was doing, which was lighting him up, Arjun has gotten good jab, used it to a point, but didn't really follow up, man. He was scared of the power. Even though he took some on the chin, it was the oddest thing. Based upon how Chachi was talking, I think they're going to be parting ways potentially, because there was a huge contract problem as soon as Arjun won the belt from Marlon Vera. No, is it Marlon Vera? Is it Marlon Vera? What's it? I can't remember his name. The bald-headed fella. Someone in the comments, please correct me. Yeah. I don't think that relationship is going to last based upon that. You can't do those things. You can't do that. You can have bad performances, etc., etc. But when you're getting constantly warned, and then you get 20% of your purse taken and then disqualified, I wonder if that then moves up to 30%, or is it a higher penalty for being disqualified? Someone again tell me in the comments. We move on to a WBC champion, Zaire I can't pronounce his last name, apologies. WBC champion for the Saudi Arabia area, or for the Middle East, I can't remember what they specifically call it, lost a boxing match against Zaut. He was styling on him. The Muay Thai practitioner styled on a professional boxer and made it very entertaining. Beat him. Unanimous decision. Way too much clinching going on from the boxer standpoint and from Zaut's position, but it was an entertaining fight. I did enjoy that. We got anything else? That was it. I'm not going to necessarily cover any of the rest of the cards. It was interesting. It was interesting, to say the least. Very happy that Malykhin did it. That was the highlight. That fight was the highlight. It was very much entertaining as well. And the boxing fight. Amir, he has not shown enough, even though he's on a 4-fight win streak, he hasn't shown enough that he can beat Malykhin. There's no way. He's got some power. He's not well-rounded enough. He's got some wrestling defense. He's got some nasty ground and power, but I don't see it. He's going to have to do a lot more. But overall, it was a good card. Sky Sports even had it on the old YouTube channel for the UK fans, which was good. More eyes on the promotion and on Sky Sports. So yeah, overall, main card only. I can't give it a high score, unfortunately. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Let's do 6.8. Let's just try and beef it up there a little bit. But the fighters, man, they let the card down. Especially Arjun. I'm disappointed. But let's see how they can redeem themselves with the next card.